If you're someone who enjoys courtroom drama, real-life disputes, and the sharp sound of justice being served, then this is the place for you. On this channel, we take you inside some of television's most intense legal showdowns. From shocking testimonies to verdicts that leave you speechless, we break down the best moments, examine the facts, and offer our own insights along the way. Expect real people, real consequences. And one big question in every case: who's telling the truth? And what better way to start than with a legend herself, Judge Judy Sheindlin, in her new Amazon freebie series, Judy Justice. The sharpest voice in court is back, and today we're diving into one of the most explosive cases yet. Tell me what you think about the man who take drugs, argue with her wife, and have no driving license but drive the car, yes, before the legal papers were filed, before the police were called, and before a daughter's birthday became a battleground. There was a car, a couple, and a conflict that spiraled out of control. A case that raises questions of trust, control, and justice, where love turned into leverage, and one woman's property turned into a man's bargaining chip. The case 337, Marco versus Lauren. Let me take you through the whole story, piece by piece, including my thoughts and reactions. And of course, we'll highlight some of the most powerful moments so you can check them out for yourself. Lauren Liebel, a plaintiff, and Marco Lara, a defendant, were not strangers. They were once partners, legally married, emotionally entangled, and sharing not just a home, but a child, their daughter. They lived in California, Lauren in Visalia, and Marco in Fresno. And like many couples, they had their ups and downs. But this wasn't just another breakup story. For years, they shared an older car. But with time, Lauren upgraded. She bought a new vehicle under her own name, and she claims she took on the full financial burden. That means the loan, the insurance, everything. Marco, however, had a different version. He insisted that he too had financially contributed to the car, but there was no documentation, no co-signature, and no registration under his name. So, in the eyes of the law, ownership wasn't up for debate. Breakdown begins. The relationship, already strained, hit a critical low just 2 days before their daughter's birth. They were driving together, maybe out of routine, or maybe trying to make things work for their child's sake. But then, according to Lauren, something snapped. An argument started. A heated exchange erupted inside that car. Lauren says she found something on Marco's phone, something that changed everything. She confronted him, not just about messages or secrets, but about drug use. Lauren claims she discovered Marco was using, and then it escalated. According to her, Marco suddenly grabbed the steering wheel, aggressively interfering while she was driving. She panicked. She started yelling for help outside the vehicle. A concerned passerby, perhaps hearing the shouting, dialed the police. Scene 3, police involvement. Authorities arrived. Lauren later presented this police report as evidence in court, claiming it documented the moment that changed everything. But before officers could fully intervene, Marco fled. He took the car. Lauren was left behind, rattled, panicked, and determined to get back what was hers. And then the threats began. Emotional and legal tug of war. In the days that followed, Marco sent a chilling ultimatum. According to Lauren, he said, "Give me our daughter and I'll return your car." Let that sink in. A father using a vehicle not registered to him as a pawn in a custody conflict. Lauren had had enough. She wasn't just going to argue, she was going to court. She filed a lawsuit demanding $2,000, claiming that was the value of the car Marco took without consent. The court had to examine not only the physical evidence, but also the context, the emotional toll, the intimidation, and the claims of substance abuse. In court, both parties presented their sides. Lauren stood firm. The car was in her name. She cleared all financial dues. She never consented to the car being taken and held hostage. Marco did not deny that he had the car. In fact, he admitted it openly. But he countered that Lauren once offered to sell it to him for $500. Lauren quickly responded, "No, that never happened." Marco adjusted his story. Maybe it was $600, whether it was $500 or $600, neither number matched Lauren's claimed value of $2,000. And more importantly, there was no written agreement, no signed title transfer, no ownership record. Scene 6, Marco's evidence, show 1400 to 1415 timestamp from video. Marco brought forward what he thought might help his case. A letter he claimed he mailed to Lauren. He used this to imply that there was some kind of communication, some kind of understanding, but the mail didn't hold legal weight. There was no signed agreement, no mention of mutual consent over vehicle transfer, nothing that gave him rightful ownership. Scene 7. Legal decision and judgment. When the dust settled, the facts were clear. Marco had no license. Marco had no proof of ownership. Lauren had the title, and the car was hers, legally and unequivocally. The judge ruled in favor of Lauren. Marco was ordered to return the car, and Lauren's claim for $2,000 was justified. Justice, at least in this court, was served. Conclusion. In the end, this wasn't just about a car. It was about control. It was about fear. It was about setting boundaries when old wounds reopen and ensuring that, above all else, a child doesn't become a bargaining chip in adult games. It may seem small, just a $2,000 claim between ex-spouses, but it speaks volumes about power, legality, and personal safety. Because sometimes the courtroom isn't just a place of law, it's the only place left for justice. Outro. Thanks so much for watching this review of Case 337, Marco vs. Lauren. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Also, if you enjoy courtroom cases, story breakdowns, and Judge Judy moments, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for more weekly reviews. See you next time.